Welcome back to another episode of Recio podcast. I am Canano.
Yo, what's up? It's Tony.
We're going to be talking about 2025 Mexico Grand Prix, Lap 1, Turn 1, in review, DRP, Dale Recio. Tony, what I didn't like was Charles Leclerc just taking that shortcut on the grass, even though he didn't really touch Lewis and he had enough space to make that turn. So why do you think he took that?
I think it might have been the same thing. He's just playing it safe in order to avoid contact with Hamilton, but I think he could have stuck it out, and I'm surprised he didn't stick it out.
I understand that when you're in that high adrenaline rush and behind the wheel and everything's moving in split seconds, and making a final decision is like definitive, especially if you don't have the gap or you don't see the gap, even though there is. But what if you get in an accident and then your race is over? I understand that. But the ones that make me disappointed and really upset is that Max and Charles got in front of Lewis when Lewis had Norris pretty close. Did you notice that?
I think Charles did good by giving back the position.
Okay.
And same thing with Max. They gave back the positions.
Yeah, but they took forever to give back those positions, don't you think?
They gave back the position back into turn 2. Charles did, and I think also Max. But then Max went right back at him, like a couple turns. They were back at it.
He was very strategic about it. Why weren't they penalized?
The Charles one, I think he should have at least given that position back to Hamilton. So he should have been in third, and he should have probably gotten a penalty. It was tight, but as soon as they both came into that first turn, he just decided to not risk it.
He decided to not risk it, and also Hamilton was already so far ahead of him that he's like, I lost the position already, so might as well just take to the grass. More like sabotage from Charles to Lewis. He had the corner. He had the apex too. He had everything.
Leclerc, if he didn't give that position back, he should have been either gotten a penalty, 5-second penalty minimum. Honestly, I think Max didn't do anything wrong. I think Leclerc was the one that...
Whoa!
Hey.
Red flag.
Hey. Max did send it, but he didn't really gain that big of an advantage as Leclerc did.
No, I hear you. Out of all the lawnmowers, Max is pretty good at driving on the grass.
That dude went rally.
There was action. There was a little bit of drama. There was a little bit of everything. And I actually liked it. Because
Turn 1 doesn't disappoint in Mexico.
I know, right? That high altitude gets people going.
Oh, yeah. Tacos in the air.
All right, Dale Recio podcast. There goes lap 1, turn 1 in review, the Mexico Grand Prix. Dale Recio podcast. Next topic for tonight is...
You better include that.
trying to read the question in teleprompt and camera and next topic at Dale Recio podcast. Piastri off by half a second from Lando. Now, what happened here? Why was he off pace so much? Tony, please explain that to me slowly so I can please understand.
You could go anywhere with this. You could say that it's a conspiracy. You could say it's that, bad luck, pressure. Everything's against him now. Before, when he was doing good, nobody had nothing to say. He's the best in the world. He's championship material. And now that he's lost form, now it's like he can't feel the pressure. He can't deal with it. They're sabotaging him, whatever you want to say. And I honestly think it's just he doesn't have the momentum right now. He's not a bad driver.
The script has been flipped for sure after that summer break. Why I'm referencing this is because I'm trying to explain to you guys that even after bad momentum, man. Tony's right. He's just got a string of bad luck and bad momentum just going, and it's not working for him. His pace was not this far off from what it was in Mexico. We're talking about Sainz, Williams qualifying in front of Norris. Tony, a Williams qualifying in front of a McLaren.
Oh, you mean in front of Piastri? You said Norris.
I'm sorry, did I say Norris?
Yes, I said Norris.
Holy shite. I meant Piastri. And that's a Williams qualifying in front of a McLaren. Leader at that point of the championship, of the Drivers' Championship of Formula One. How does that happen? How do you fall off? I'm very
angry.
Yeah, for sure angry. Very angry. But I don't want to take it away from Lando because Lando put up a great performance. But also, Tony, he did say, how did I even do that? We're going back to conspiracy theory here. How does he not know he's doing so well? Piastri had said in the cool-off, the interview after the qualifiers, is that he still felt comfortable with the car. He hasn't changed anything. He's felt the same. It's just he didn't have the pace.
I think they're just being professional and politically, in a way. Like, they're not going to say the wrong things or say something to leave anything to speculation. Like you're saying, it's crazy to think that a McLaren, which, you know, they were like seconds ahead in some Grand Prix. Like, they were nowhere to be seen. And to now be literally fighting against a Williams or fighting against Mercedes, fighting against, you know, even Yuki. Yuki was holding off Piastri.
Or maybe the distraction between Lando and Piastri has caused for other teams to somehow, they're coming back with some pace. Another fun fact about Piastri, from Australia to Azerbaijan, you know how many laps he had led within this year? He has 392 laps led. 392. You know how many Lando Norris had? Was 241 laps.
Okay.
Shift in momentum or conspiracy theory here?
I can't say. You could go both ways. I would give Piastri the benefit of the doubt. I'm thinking he's just having like bad weekends, and like it's the domino effect where like one bad thing happens, and as soon as one thing happens, he's just like, okay, this sucks, and everything's going bad for him, and he's kind of gave up on the weekend. You know, he needs something to turn this thing around, and I'm pretty sure, I still say it, it all is gonna come down to that last. It's only 1 point difference between them. So it's not like he's completely fallen off.
Right.
Like, what about if in Brazil, both of them get smacked by Max Verstappen?
I think in Brazil, if I see the same lack of pace that I saw from Mexico's Grand Prix with Oscar Piastri, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna lean very, very hard to conspiracy theory here, to sabotage, to Zach Brown giving the championship to Lando Norris. I have the data here, Tony. I'm reading it right here in front of you. It just doesn't make sense to me. It does not, and I'm really upset. It really baffles me. I am so confused. Oscar Piastri is a very controlled dude. He's very cool, smooth under pressure, and that's what I like about him. I think he's stone cold. I'm not giving up on him. Definitely not.
Give up.
Conspiracy theory or just loss of momentum?
Loss of momentum.
God dang. Dale Recio Podcast. We will see after Brazil. Dale Recio Podcast. Next topic, was that VSC necessary for Williams car science? Number 55, big 5-5.
Yeah,
right?
He wasn't smooth.
Yeah, smooth operator was not smoothing.
I mean, he could have parked the car a little bit more further.
So the drama, because of that VSC, now we had Russell and Behrman, and we had Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc. Do you think the FIA did it on purpose? Another conspiracy theory, or was it just safety concerns? What do we think?
I think the FIA is... I mean, I'm not going to say nothing because you never know. What about if we pop off and next thing, hey, remember you said that? No, I think it was just a bad call. I think, yeah, maybe they looked at it real quick and they're like, let's do it. But if you're going to do it, why remove the VSC for half of the lap? Like, come on.
That was wild.
Like, oh, let's end the race on a green flag. Like, come on. Like,
right.
Just let him go at it. Let Max get this fool and we get some points. Yeah, vámonos. Like the whole Behrman thing, I think he was good. I think they weren't gonna. He wasn't under threat. He would have been fine. Nah, the only person that benefited from there was Charles, because that dude was a sitting duck. Give Max that last full lap. Mira, dale recio, homie.
Ya lo traía muy cerquitas, that's for sure.
Cerquitas was an understatement. Ya le daba un high five while he passed him.
Yeah, he was like, peace, dog. I 100% agree. The VSC was not necessary. FIA mistake. Agreed. Dale Recio Podcast, there we have it. DRP, baby. Dale Recio Podcast, we have coming up Hamilton's 10-second penalty.
That's right.
That was harsh.
Well deserved.
Holy. Damn.
Sorry, Ferrari. Sorry, Ferrari.
He took that patch of grass and he said, "I'm gonna mow it."
I think everything could have been avoided. I don't think what happened was a bad thing. I don't know why he ended up cutting the corner, and if he did by accident or for whatever reason, I understand all that. The only thing that I disagree, where I think he deserves the penalty, is because Ferrari screwed him over again. If he ended up, all Ferrari had to do was like, "Hey, compa, bájale poquito. Let him catch up. Don't get that advantage."
Patron. Let me sip that tea real quick.
Sip it.
That's crazy tea right there, G.
Yeah. If they would have made that call, the FIA would have been like, "Hey,
tranquilo.
Todo bien. Watch out next time. We will give you that." Bad boy. Bad boy. But even if he cut it, if he would have just let Max get back in to like striking distance,
yes,
maybe nothing would have happened. He would have been out in a good position to get an even better result than what he got.
Okay, but you're blaming here Ferrari, right?
Ferrari.
For not telling him.
Yeah.
For not advising him.
Mm-hmm. And even then, when they told him that he got the penalty, they told him that the penalty was for the fight that they did,
right?
Not the whole thing. So it's like they're like, "Hey, you got a penalty, but it wasn't our fault. Era aquel." Like, come on, dude.
That's true. Even Ferrari's engineer didn't even know what they were saying. Ferrari effect. Here we go. Because of that, Lewis ended up fighting for way further in the back, in the middle of the of the grid.
Still salvaged a good race. He was in potential for a P2 or P3.
For sure. Ferrari, you effed up. You messed up for sure. You definitely messed up.
Again.
Dale Recio Podcast, there you have it.
Forza Ferrari.
I wish I could say it in Italian, pero se me olvidó. Fuerza Ferrari en español. Dale Recio Podcast, we have a very special topic for you. It's a feel-good topic. We're going to talk about Behrman and his just amazing performance in Mexico's Grand Prix this year. Question is, it gets a little sour here. Did Haas lose Behrman's first podium? Tony, take it away. What do you think?
I don't think so. I think Haas did the correct thing because they're not really in a fight. I think it was more of a risk versus reward. Okay. So if they would have risked it and kept Behrman out, there's a potential of him getting his podium, but that's a big risk as opposed to securing fourth to make sure they grab these points because they're not in a really good place in the standings. So do you secure the points or do you risk it all for a podium?
So this was a mode push or lift and coast for you?
Lift and coast as in like they made the right choice.
They made the right choice. Yes. Okay. Taking it easy, just a for sure thing.
Yeah, being conservative. Just doing the right thing for the team, not the individual.
If you ask me, go ahead and ask me, sir. Go ahead.
I ask you.
Well, no, I would take in the risk. I would definitely. Gee, I mean, what do I do in Formula One, G? It's just Dale Recio. Dale Recio Podcast.
But I think you can afford those things to take those risks depending on where you're at. So, like, if you're in last place and you have a chance to score points, even 1 point, are you going to risk it to get maybe one place ahead to get one more other point? Or are you just going to make sure your team got their first points?
Dale Recio, G. Dale Recio.
Okay.
I'm gonna risk the biscuit. Yeah, I'm gonna go for it.
There is
you gotta keep in mind. Sorry to cut you off, but you gotta keep in mind. This is my very first podium.
It would be his first podium in F1.
In first year, no?
Yes.
Yeah. So imagine, it's my first year in Formula One, and there's a chance for podium, and as big as Mexico's Grand Prix is, I'm going for it. I'm going for that third place. And I'm going to celebrate it like it's the first place, G.
Well, here's the other thing, too. You got to also take into consideration the teams because those points could be the difference between millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah, that's true.
So the teams are thinking about, like, okay, this is the prize money. This is going to go money and going into towards 2026.
Yeah.
So they're thinking about that aspect, I think. Yes, Behrman did a very, very, very good job. But it's not like it's going to be his only chance. Don't get me wrong, I would have loved to see him get his first podium. Yeah, that would put him in the same books as Hadjar. Imagine Hadjar get his podium. Nico got a podium. Behrman get a podium, and all you need is Antonelli to get a podium. You got almost all the rookies except Alonso. Alonso hasn't gotten a podium. He's one of the biggest rookies.
Alonso?
Yeah.
Fernando Alonso?
That's right, my boy.
What? What is going on here?
You weren't expecting that one.
What the? I was like, what? What is? Whoa! Let me rewind the clock here.
But if you realistically, if you had Antonelli get a podium and Bortoleto, he's been doing pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully Brazil is the track for him. The car is looking good. Future is Ferrari for him. So it's not just podiums that he's going to be seeking to get. That for sure put him on the radar with Ferrari. Even the Ferrari pit crew, they came by and they gave him high fives. Like that. That's their man. Leclerc y Hamilton irá a la basura, compa.
Holy, oh, whoa. In the fight, Behrman had Russell behind him. That was some pretty good pressure.
I know I'm a Max fan, but one thing is...
really?
No, here's what I know.
Yeah, no way.
One thing is he went wheel to wheel with Max Verstappen, and he took it to him, and he passed him. You want to talk about some driving? That's your Ferrari man right there.
You're absolutely right. He's got very much potential for Ferrari. Going back to the question, did Haas lose Behrman's first podium?
Nope.
No. Okay. That's Tony's response. Dale Recio Podcast. My response is yes. I think he should have gone for all the marbles. And Tony's slapping his face right now in disbelief and disapproval. But I go big or go home, baby. It's just, I want to savor that podium like this. Like this, G. I would have been like, I did it. I want to take a moment here. No, I'm just kidding. Dale Recio Podcast, there we have it for Haas and Behrman's first podium. And así fue, y así es, y así lo dijo Tony. Así lo digo yo.
That's right.
Así lo decimos todos. Nos despedimos de esta manera. Peace out.